just keep on rambling. Ramble on. Welcome to another episode of Ramblin' Rants by Blaize, which is me. It's weird to talk to me in third person. Oh man, this feels good to be recording an episode after a nice nap on a Monday. It is 7:03 p.m. We'll be releasing this podcast tomorrow, January 19th, 2021, new year. That's crazy. That's already 2021. Hopefully everyone checked out my episode last week, the comeback. That was like I said, that was just a catcher-upper for season 2 of this Ramblin' Rants podcast. And I'm pretty excited, guys. I've designed my first hat that I should be having that I'm gonna give it a test run with the new design. I did it all myself, and I'm pretty proud of it. Hopefully, when I get the hat, it looks as cool as I think it does. Hopefully, it's not shitty, because I'm pretty happy about it. So yeah, doing a whole I'm not necessarily rebranding the whole podcast, but I'm rebranding more of how I want the Ramblin' Rants logo and everything, and just, I don't know why I never thought about it before, but I'm thinking about it now, so that's all that matters. And I'm growing as a person, and want everything that I'm doing or involved with to grow with me, because dude, I get bored so easily. And I say dude to girls too. But yeah, dude, I get bored so easily with stuff. So it's always anything I'm involved in. I try to keep it fresh, reinventing. I hate even doing the same shit over and over. But yeah, growing as a person has its pros, but definitely has its cons too. Fucking been having a really bad time with writer's block. It's not like me, there's obviously a lot of comics or people that want to be comedians. They'll reach out to people and say, man, I don't know what to write about, or I have this joke, can you help me with this joke? And I did that in the beginning, but now, as I've grown as a comedian, I don't ask for people's help. It's always good to get feedback, good set, bad set, shit like that. But as far as what I want to write about and punchline shit like that, I like to just do on my own, because it's what works for someone else may be great, but it won't work for you. Same thing with life. Some people's paths are different than others. It's always good to get a different, an opinion, but take it with a grain of salt, because don't try to go off that. Just figure out what goes good with you, and that's what I do with my comedy. But I haven't writer's block. I haven't reached out to one of my comedian buddies, and was like, dude, I've been having fucking hella writer's block, and give me some ideas to write about. And he sent me some shit, a couple links that I haven't even fucking watched. But it was just a moment of desperation. I was like, I can't think about shit to write. And he was like, watch, sent me a couple links, and he's like, watch some stand-up specials and try to get ideas that way. And I agree with that somewhat, but I also like to be as original as I can. And I don't, that way nobody can steal my shit or come up with the same sort of jokes, because I've seen that a lot, where someone has a great bit and someone else comes up with a similar bit, and then there's oh, you stole my joke, oh, you stole this, or I can't do this bit because this dude's more famous and he has a similar joke, and then because they're more famous, so people will think I'm stealing this joke, so then he spent all his time into a bit, and now it's not even, you can't even do it now, which would suck. Luckily, I haven't had that happen, because my life is such a unique shit show that when I write about myself, it's pretty fucking odd and very original to me and me only. So that's great. But now I'm trying to figure out, as I'm growing as a person, I'm trying to figure out how I want my set to go, what I want to talk about, how I want to craft it, and just everything. Because I like the past few months, I've been very sharp and clear-headed, and been just thinking everything through, from, like I talked about in the last podcast about manifesting, but being able to just do the work and everything like that. Like, people think manifest. Oh God, why am I having such a hard time saying the word? Manifestating is just making shit pop out of nowhere. That's, like, as I discussed, I went into detail about that in the last podcast. But that's not it. You gotta do the whole hard work with it, and that's what I do with these, that I'm trying to do with my bits, that I've come up with jokes over the past week, 2 weeks, but they're not, because I'm doing the joke from how it will sound, how my punchlines, premises, how everything, will come off, how it'll make me look. Do I want my comedy to go in that direction right now? Or do I want, because I want my shit to be more mature, as I feel I've gotten a lot more mature as a comedian. And I leveled up with hosting Wise Guys 2 weeks ago, so now I have this pressure I'm putting on myself, completely putting the pressure on myself, that I want my shit to be more mature. So, and like I said, dude, I'm being so hard on myself that when I do these jokes, they're not, I'm critiquing them too much, which is probably a negative thing, because they still might be worth something, but I'm just like, nah, this might be good, this is good. Then I'll wait like an hour or two, and then I'm like, nah, that's not how I want it to go. So, life of being a creative, man, especially these fucking last year and this year, it's been hard for fucking everyone, especially creatives, and so I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do with that. And I made a vow to myself. I said that I am not, I'm fucking being such a bitch when it comes to this, because I'm saying, I want a new set, and it's gonna happen like tomorrow, because I want to do this podcast today, and I've been busy with shit today, but tomorrow I'm just gonna sit down on my fucking computer on my desk and just fucking write until I get a new bit that I want to do at Wise Guys, either this week or next week. And I'm gonna do it, but it's just about fucking being disciplined and sitting down and just fucking making it happen. And so I made a vow not to get up on stage until I have a brand new bit. I'm not gonna do any old stuff or shit that is new, because since I've been out of treatment, it's been like 2 months, and so I missed like a couple weeks at Wise Guys, but most of the time I've been there. So I'd say probably 5 to 6 weeks I've been working on that set I did when I hosted, which was a fucking great set, and I love it, and I'm keeping it, and it's going to be part of my entire set once I get done, my hour that I'm working on. But I crafted it, fucking spent weeks putting the hard work, and that bit wasn't done until the night that I actually hosted. So that's how long it took me to fucking craft, like 3 minutes, because I've been so fucking critique-ish of it. But it's great. It's a great bit. Fucking did well. And I'm done. So now it's like, why go do the same bit at Wise Guys when I could just fucking sit? And it's always good to be out, and like I still might go out, but I need to focus on a new bit, because I don't want to be the person that does the same shit all the time. Like, I always want to be creating new. Like, comedy is an autobiography, and I feel that what I was doing a year ago, I shouldn't be doing anymore, because I've grown as a person. So I need to make sure my comedy is growing with me, and that's just how you get better. Otherwise, you don't get better. You just hit that level and you're okay with it, and you stop right there. So I just want to keep things fresh, and as I grow as a person, my comedy, I want to keep growing with me. And if you see like all these successful comics like Kevin Hart, Bill Burr, Chris Rock, fucking, by the way, I just watched his new special, Tambourine, on Netflix, the extended cut. Fucking love Chris Rock, man. It's a great watch. If you haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. I'd give it a watch. And Dave Chappelle, he's in I can't remember if he was in that or just a different thing I said, but even like Dave Chappelle looks up to him, which is weird because I consider Dave Chappelle like one of the GOATs. And that's why I kind of like, I try not to go off like comedians that I want to be like, but like Dave Chappelle inspires me just because of all the real shit he talks about. Like, yeah, he makes jokes, but he's also very serious and talks about serious shit, and then gets people very in tuned with what he's saying, and then, you know, gets big laughs. And that's basically how I want to be as a comedian one day, to be able to just talk about all that shit, man, and have it be funny and make people laugh, obviously. But yeah, so I went to Wise Guys last week and just chilled out, didn't go up on stage or anything. Ryan Aaron hosted. It was great. It was good. I didn't stay for the whole show. I ended up dipping out like at 8:30. But it was, I still think my hosting thing was a lot better. But, you know, that's just me being cocky. Let me take a drink of my Monster. Oh, that's delicious. I fucking went to Sam's Club and bought like a 30 rack of Monsters. Because I don't think I'm smart with my money. And I just buy random shit when I don't need it. Bought like 4 things, spent like $80 at Sam's Club. But anyways, yeah, but went to Wise Guys, didn't go up because I even had a set I was gonna do, but it was an old set. It was probably wrote this set, I'd say, a year ago, and I rewrote it like the day that of Wise Guys last Wednesday. I rewrote it and put some different shit in there, and fuck, when I got to Wise Guys, I was like, man, that's just not where the direction I want to go in. So I'm not just going to get on stage just to get on stage and do this. Like, every time I get on stage, I want to be improving and I want to be taking a step forward in a better direction. So I didn't do it. I just went and told Ryan to take me off the list, and I just chilled, ate a fucking fatty chocolate cake with some chicken tenders, and chilled, watched the show, and just hung out, talked with Keith, the owner, a few other guys. You know, still got some compliments about my hosting thing, and, you know, ate that up like the whore I am, and yeah, just had a good time. And then this week I'm debating on going or not. If I have a new bit, I'll go. If not, I'm gonna sit in and use that time to make sure I have a new bit, but I should have a new bit by then, and we'll probably be out at the club. Even if I don't go up, I'll be there. Cause, dude, I've learned this in the past few months too, that there's like this pressure that we put on ourselves that we really shouldn't as comedians. As far as, like, I do agree that you need to be hitting the stage, you gotta get the seat time, but I've done that. Like, I've been in the game for 3 years, still fucking an amateur. Like, nowhere am I saying that I am a fucking pro or know what the fuck I'm even doing, but I'm just saying that when I over the 3 years, dude, before the pandemic, I was hitting this shit like 4 times a night, 2 mics a night, 4 mics in a week, like 2 mics a night sometimes, and was just always fucking out. And when I wasn't doing comedy, I was like, on the weekends, I'd go hang out at shows, and like, I did all that stuff, and I still would love to do that, but obviously because we're fucking still in this weird time with the pandemic and people don't want to come out and certain shit like that, I'm using it to just kind of pull back and focus on just, you know, every time, because like, I used to just go, like, if I didn't have something to say, I'd just get on stage and fucking do something stupid, and, you know, just basically, you're not growing that way. And it was fine, but now, like I said, I've been learning this new thing. Like there's better than doing busy work and productive work. So like before, I was just always busy from like 4 a.m. to fucking midnight. My whole day was just busy work with comedy, with work, with everything. But I wasn't getting nowhere. Like I wasn't getting shows, wasn't getting hosting things like I did at Wise Guys. So now I have this new take that, instead of just doing busy shit to keep yourself busy or look busy, do things to actually just take a step further to your goals, to what you want to do, and be smart about everything. Play the tape through, fucking from start to finish, and be productive. So like, if I don't have a bit, I'm not just gonna go out and think, okay, I need to go hit a mic tonight, because then I'll magically come up with something. No, that's not it. That's why I used to think it's fucking stupid. And sometimes it may happen, sometimes it's not. But the way I'm going to actually come up with a new bit is when I just sit down, be fucking disciplined, and write it out. And then when I write it out, go do it. And sure, there's improving, doing shit like that. Improv is whatever the fuck it is. I can't talk tonight. But, that's a good way too. But I'm not really improv comedian. Like, obviously I am somewhat, but I like to have a basis for what I'm gonna do. That way, it's all about being prepared. So that's what I like. That I want my shit to. Lost my train of thought. But that's like how I want what I'm focusing in. So that's why I'm saying that I'm not gonna get on stage until I have a new bit. Or, like, obviously I'm still going to hang out and all that stuff. But I just have a very different take on a lot of things right now, as everything's changed with me. Like, even since I've started this podcast, dude, my fucking whole mentality has changed like 100%. But other than growing and improving as a person, like, that's one thing I was going to add to that, is that before, I was doing all those mics, doing all that shit, but I was never being, like, doing the busy work, but I wasn't being as productive as I could, because I've been back in the comedy game for a little over 2 months, and got to do one of my fucking biggest goals I've had since starting comedy, which is host Wise Guys. And I fucking did it 2 months after getting back in the game after my little fucking stint. And did fucking great, did well, could have done better. Well, I could have done better, but you know what? That's what I'm saying. It was fucking great. And I'm very happy with it. Everyone was happy with it. Keith was happy with it. Like, it was great. Because I was just, and I've hit maybe 6 mics. That's it, over the 2 months. And that's what I'm saying. Just about being productive and seeing what I need to do. I need to adjust here for a sec. Alright. But yeah, so besides growing and improving as a person, I have also decided, because obviously I'm not drinking and putting fucking poison in my body, that I'm actually very healthy for the most part. I'm very healthy. Don't have anything. And so I've been very conscious about what I'm putting in my body, as what I talked about in the last episode, about how everything you eat actually plays a part in how you perform, how your mind works, how clear you feel, think, and just are energy-wise. So, and in the gym, dude, like, I'm not a fucking meathead. I usually just work out because it helps, like, I have a lot of fucking thoughts, in my head. So like doing any physical activity, like working out, going for a run, stuff like that helps me. Even sitting in the sauna, is really good. It helps me kind of not feel so overwhelmed, with my thoughts in my head, that I'm able to lay them out in a good order and run through, all the solutions to the problems I'm dealing with, or ideas, thoughts, and So that's really why I use working out, because it's kind of like or like you could say, it's my therapy is working out. It kind of is though, and it's just a way for me to be able to, like I said, just kind of straighten things out. It's more mental than it is physical for me, but I do it well, that I get a lot of physical benefits from it. But I've never been one to take supplements. Like I've taken creatine, which I've found out it's actually pronounced like the original. Everyone pronounces it creatine, but creatinine is like the way to say it. But like I've done that in the past for like a short time. Pre-workout is one that I've been really, that's one I've probably done more consistently, just because I like pre-workout, kind of gets you going, especially when I work out like 4:30, 5 in the morning, kind of just helps start my day. It's like my cup of coffee. But I decided, I was like, and plus I've always like drank and partied in the past too, so I didn't want to take supplements plus drink and just kind of overwhelm my body or do damage to my body instead of doing good things. But since I'm not drinking anymore, and completely took out all the toxins out of my life, I decided, I was like, you know what, because I came out and I've been in very good shape, strength wise, and I was like, I'm fucking like probably right around a peak for my body, just all around, because I hit like 200 pounds, which has been a goal of mine for a long time. I've hit a lot of goals, dude, like at the end of 2020 and beginning of 2021. But one of my goals for body wise was to be able to hit 200 pounds. I hit it and went above. I went to like 207, and strength and everything was just fucking great. So I was like, I joked around and told everyone I was going to take steroids, but I would never do steroids, like illegal steroids anyways. But I wanted to, I looked up this shit called D-ball, and I was like, it's let me see, there's a review. Let me pull up the review really quick. So this is what I ordered. This is actually what I'm currently taking, and I've been on it for a little over a week. You take 3 capsules in the morning before, or just with like, I do oatmeal and a scoop of protein for breakfast every morning. So I do that with 3 pills and my pre-workout. And all D-ball Max is 100% safe and has no side effects. The company who manufactures the product has been well established in the industry for over a decade. The supplement uses pharmaceutical-grade ingredients that are all natural and produced in an FDA-inspected facility, formulated to mimic Dynabol, known as the granddaddy of steroids. So it kind of is a steroid, my bad, but it's a good one. D-ball Max is formulated to have the same rapid muscle building effects as the legal steroid, but without the disturbing side effects. Plus, it's a fraction of the cost. Benefits of D-ball Max include explosive strength, rapid muscle gains, decreased fatigue, increased recovery, turbocharged performance, fat loss and lean muscle gain, natural T booster, maximum results with no side effects. So I can say, after being on it for about 11 or 12 days, I think today was the 12th day, I can say, dude, the explosive strength, I can see that in my bench and my legs. I'm not sure about rapid muscle gains. Like, this is the first time I've actually worked out and took a picture of what I look like when I started this from day one. So I'm only going to do it for a month, so we'll see what happens then. I do see the decreased fatigue, the increased recovery, like all that shit. And the fat loss, I do believe, because I weighed myself and I haven't changed my diet besides, make sure I eat healthy, oatmeal and protein. And I eat in the morning, I eat at 10, I eat at 2, and I eat dinner. And then after 7, I don't eat nothing. And I lost 9 pounds already in like 12 days. I went from 207 to 198, so I lost my 200 thing. But yeah, so D-ball's good. So it's basically like Dynaball, but you just don't. It's legal. You get it from the UK, and so far I've liked it. I've been taking it consistently for, like I said, 12 days. I'm gonna do it for a month, and I can feel the effects of it, and it's all so far positive. Like I haven't had any bad effects from it. But before the day I ordered D-ball, me and my family were planning a trip to go to Rock Springs. So like we worked out in the morning. Me and my dad worked out in the morning, and that's when I looked up D-ball and just ordered it, and then got ready, went up to Wyoming and visited. They visited like their family, and I went and visited my Uncle Charlie and one of my best friends from high school in Arizona. He lives in Wyoming, but visited him for a little while, Matt Southworth. And I was talking, me and him, he's fucking always been having weird shit with supplements. Like he has HGH, or used to have HGH. Like if there was someone who would take anything like supplements to get bigger, it was that fucker. And he could never get like bigger. Like he's doing good now, but he was always skinny, and he'd always take all this weird shit to try to. So like it didn't surprise me when I told him about Dynaball. He was telling me, you know, about all the shit that he's taken and started taking, and going into the science behind the shit. Like he was talking about SARS or SARMs or fucking, I don't know what it is, but he was talking about all the shit that I had no clue what the fuck was, and he was going behind the science behind it. And he was like, dude, he's like, wait off on that D-ball. He's like, cause we were out fucking eating dinner. He's like, after this, we'll stop at my place really quick, and I'll get you this shit called YK11. Like it'll be great for you. And you know, then I was like, yeah, fucking whatever, dude. He was telling me about it's supposed to be like good, give you good muscle strength and all this shit. So I was like, yeah, dude, let's do it. If you want to give it to me, dude, I'll take it. So go get it. He gave me like 2 months worth of YK11 from Swole as Fuck Labs. It's just Swole AF Labs. And I'm like, cool, $80 a bottle. So he gave me like $160 worth of this shit. And I'm like, dude, thank you. He was like, Merry Christmas, because I believe it was like the day after Christmas actually went up. So I was all excited. Then he tells me, he's like, yeah, when you take this, you're going to want to take like an estrogen blocker, because it can make fucking your estrogen or some shit go up. So that was like a red flag. And then he told me I should probably take some liver fucking supplements to, like, you know, liver health pills. So then I'm like, okay, I don't really, like, I'm already on like 5 vitamins that I take. 1 for my blood flow, 1 for energy, 2 for just my male vitamins, and then 1 for something else. But I'm just doing those while I'm doing the D-ball to kind of keep everything leveled out and just kind of flush nutrients through my body. So he gives me the shit. I'm like, cool, I'll take it. And then on the way back from Wyoming, we're coming back to Salt Lake, and he sends me a YouTube video, and I was like, cool, it's explaining, you know, what he just gave me. It's a YouTube video of this fucking, they call him like doctor or something. It's just this dude explaining the YK11 and breaking down everything. And so he gives me the shit, then sends me this video on the way home. And this video is just explaining about how you shouldn't take this shit. I'm like, why are you gonna give me YK11, tell me to do all this shit and all this stuff? Oh, and he told me that, this was my third thing why I didn't take it, because he told me after he gave it to me, he's like, it may make you see yellow. I was like, what? He was like, yeah, it may, like, you know, like when you wear yellow tint glasses? Yeah, it may make you see like that. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like, I don't know if I'm actually going to take this now. Then he sends me this video. I watched the video. It was like a 15-minute YouTube video. This dude just explaining, do not take it. It's not FDA approved. It's not even been tested on humans. It's only been tested on rats. YK11 is not good for you. I've heard of good things, I've heard of bad things. And he's like, the people that have taken it, like the people that have gotten blood work done before they started taking it, and people that have gotten blood work done after been on it for some time, that the fatty liver, or the fats in their liver, were dangerously high, that I'm sure you can get from drinking and all that shit, like basically damaging your liver. And I'm like, I'm not gonna take this shit. Like, I'm trying to improve my body, improve my strength and everything. This shit just seems very risky. So after the YouTube video, I fucking looked up more stuff about it, and everything I found was the FDA is trying to get all manufacturers of this shit to quit selling it, that it's not intended for human use. All the reviews I read on it were done on not gym rats. That's what I thought when I was reading that all these reviews were done on rats. I thought they were talking about gym rats. No, like literally all the tests have been done on fucking rats. And I'm like, I haven't even asked him, but I don't even know how the fuck he got this shit. But anyways, I found a dude at work that I'm going to actually give it to, and he said he'll take it. And I'll keep an update on him and see how it goes with him, and then I might decide if I want to take it. I mean, come on. Like, if you're going to take something, like, I did the research, I know, so if he wants to take it, he should either do the research, and if he's cool with it, might as well. I mean, like I said, he paid $80 for the shit. I don't know how he got it, but might as well see what it does, and I'll give him 1 month, and I'll keep the other month for me, and see how everything works out. So, other than that, that's all I had to talk about for this episode. I'm actually going to try to cut these down to just 30 minutes, because I figured out listen to me ramble for fucking too long might be boring. So thank you for listening, and tune in next week for a brand new episode of Ramblin' Rats, and enjoy this episode of Ramblin' Rats. Thank you, and have a great night or day whenever you listen to this. Bye bye.